Hey Pewter Report listeners, James Hill here with yet another video talking about Pro Football Focus rankings. Today we're going to be going over the linebacking position, ranking the top 32 linebackers ahead of the 2023 NFL season. I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to the author because it is former Pewter reporter Trevor Sikkema. Shout out to Trevor Sikkema. Awesome to see what he's doing over here with PFF. But again, hey, top linebacker rankings here. As I've said before, ideally every team would have a guy on here. Not the case. You're going to have some teams with multiple guys on here, some teams with no guys on here at all. So it's pretty interesting to see. Let's go ahead and see where Mr. Trevor Sikkema has these linebackers ranked. And you don't have to go very far until you get to a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Coming in here at number 2, you have Lavonte David. Let's go ahead and read what Trevor has written about David here. It go ahead and reads as follows. For David, it was his 6th straight season with overall grades and coverage grades above 70. His 88 coverage grade in 2022 was the second highest mark of his long career. Davis, like David, has graded out above 70 in every season since 2017, with his 2022 mark of 82.7 being the second highest of his career as well. So that did talk about Demario Davis a little bit there towards the end, but Lavonte David is pretty darn good at football, folks, and that's something that, Pewter Report, we've been talking about that on the website for years and years and years now, that Bucs fans, that Bucs media has been talking about for years and years and years now, and I think with the recent success of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Tom Brady being there, with them winning a Super Bowl, obviously, there's definitely been a lot more national coverage of Lavonte David and the overall career that he has had. I think with that Super Bowl win, you can make a pretty legitimate argument that Lavonte David can and probably will, end up in the Hall of Fame someday with the stats that he has, with the accolades that he has, with the consistency that he has. I think that you can make that argument. And I know I've said that for a couple of guys in the past here already with Tristan Wirfs and Mike Evans and whatnot, but the Bucs have had some really good guys on this roster, and Lavonte David has been here for a long, long time, and he has been good for a long time. The only linebacker better than Lavonte David going into this upcoming season, according to Trevor Sikkema, is Fred Warner, which I agree with that. I think that Fred Warner is far and above the best linebacker in the entirety of the NFL, and he has earned his paycheck, and it is definitely a justifiable ranking to have Warner at number 1. Lavonte David, by the way, is only on a 1-year, $8 million deal. That's crazy, man, that Lavonte David is only getting $8 million. It speaks to the team mentality that David has. It speaks to who he is as a player, as a person. It is just all in all a great situation for the Buccaneers to have a guy like Lavonte David on their team for as long as they have had him. No doubt he is one of the best defensive players in Buccaneers history. But you go down here to 4 to 9. No Tampa Bay Buccaneers yet. You have different guys: Matt Milano, Roquan Smith, Shaquille Leonard, Bobby Wagner coming in at number 7, which is pretty interesting. I think a lot of people would have said that Bobby Wagner had a down year last year with the LA Rams, but he still checks in at number 7. Keep on going here to tier 3. TJ Edwards had a pretty big breakout year with the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Bolton with the Kansas City Chiefs. Some other guys in that mix as well. Frankie Louvu has come out of nowhere, by the way, for the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to him. David Long Jr. with the Miami Dolphins, another really good linebacker that has had some good years now. Keep on going to tier 4, 15 to 19. Still no Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that list. You keep on going further to tier 5. You still have no Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this list. Jermaine Pratt, Shaq Thompson, you have Bobby Okereke, Logan Wilson, and then you get down here to tier 6, you have Devin White coming in at number 25. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Trevor Sikkema has said about Devin White. White's 44.9 coverage grade in 2022 was one of the lower marks by any off-ball linebacker in that category. He does have a cumulative 76.7 pass rush grade over the past 3 seasons, signaling that his best work is done when forcing on the line of scrimmage, or when focusing on the line of scrimmage and backfield. So this is essentially saying, right, that, hey, Devin White, not good in coverage, but really, really good and really, really effective as a pass rusher. And I've said this before on other platforms on social media, and I'll say it again here. You can make a legitimate argument that Devin White is possibly the best and most efficient pass rusher for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers today, based on how he has been used by Todd Bowles, has been sent on so many blitzes, hundreds of blitzes, literally hundreds of blitzes Todd Bowles has sent Devin White on in his time in Tampa Bay, and the dude has been really effective as a pass rusher, point blank, simple as that. However, the reason Devin White is not getting paid like a top-tier linebacker by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, because things are so tense with contract negotiations, is because of the overall balance of his play. If Devin White was posting as good pass coverage ability as much as his pass rushing ability, there's no doubt, one, he would be higher up on this list, and two, he'd be getting paid like one of the top linebackers in the entirety of the NFL. That's the biggest question with Devin White is, can he improve his pass coverage ability? It is the biggest blemish on his game. Players and fans and media alike know what he can do as a pass rusher. We have seen that. Very efficient, very effective. Everybody has seen what Devin White can do as a tackler. He will miss a lot of tackles. That's another question, by the way. He is led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in missed tackle percentage the past 2 years, which is certainly notable, but his pass coverage ability is the biggest mark there. How is Devin White doing as a pass coverage guy? If he shows improvement this upcoming season in a contract year, no doubt in my mind the Buccaneers would be very happy to pay him, and that he would be paid like a top-tier linebacker in the league. If he doesn't, then that certainly murkies the waters a little bit in terms of how you value Devin White, and if you are willing to give him a contract like that because of the lack of balance that you see in overall Devin White's play. However, the fact that Devin White's pass rushing ability gets him up to number 25 in a list like this, I think speaks volumes to how well Devin White plays as a pass rusher. Again, I think you could make a legitimate argument that Devin White is the best pass rusher on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because of how Todd Bowles uses him in this scheme. He's a perfect middle linebacker for a Todd Bowles scheme. So it is going to be a very interesting situation to see how Devin White shakes up and how he potentially improves. Again, he's going into year number 5, so is this just the guy that Devin White is at this point in his career? We're going to have to wait and see, man. It is going to be very interesting to pay attention to, but Devin White coming in here at number 25, Lavonte David coming in all the way up at number 2. Pretty good rankings here for the Buccaneers. Again, 2 guys in the top 32, one at number 2, one at 25, both in very different situations. Lavonte David has showcased that he is that coverage dude and he is that tackling dude, whereas Devin White has shown the exact opposite. So it's going to be interesting to see how Devin White goes and plays in this contract year. That's one of the biggest question marks and one of the biggest storylines to pay attention to for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this upcoming season. But folks, what do you guys think about these rankings? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? I think that obviously Lavonte David coming in here at number 2, I think is pretty darn good. If I'm being completely honest, folks, Devin White at number 25, that one is an interesting ranking for me. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. Maybe I'd have him lower. Maybe you would not even have him in the top 32. I don't know, because the pass rushing ability is really good. I mean, and I think that you maybe can say that that is to the point where you can justifiably have him in the top 32, but the pass coverage grades, man, the missed tackle percentages, those I think do hamper Devin White and what he is as an overall player when comparing it to some guys around the league. But would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Do you agree? Do you disagree with these rankings? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, by the way. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, subscribe to Pewter Report TV if you are new, and we'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and see you soon.